Hey guys, today we are melting aluminum. Well, I actually already melted it, and I have the result right here. It's not very impressive, but the purpose of this video is to show you that we can melt aluminum for under $100. If you have to buy everything that I'm gonna show you, then it's gonna go over 100 a little bit, but you'll most likely have some, if not all, of these materials. So, I already recorded the video of me pouring outside, and it was pretty windy, so I have to do a voiceover. I wish I could record the audio outside with pouring and all that, but I'm just gonna be talking over the video, and I'll just show you how everything was done, and yeah, let's get to it. Now, before I start saying anything or showing you anything, this stuff is very dangerous. Okay, so do some more research on your own. Be very careful. If you're underage, don't do it. If you're adult, don't do stupid stuff. Just stay safe. Okay, this is over 1000 Fahrenheit, and this stuff might kill you. So please practice safety. All right. All right, so this is pretty much the whole setup. As you see, it's not very impressive. So let's go over with detail. So that's a hair dryer attached to the outside of the house, okay, and then the plastic piping about 5 feet with a 90-degree angle towards the end for the fan to blow hot air or cold. We got a charcoal chimney, the lid, and a steel cup with aluminum in it. Okay, we got some charcoal, safety gloves, safety goggles, steel spoon, and steel pliers. This is what we're pouring in. So that's pretty much it. And here I'm laying some paper on the bottom to light the charcoal. And I have a bag of charcoal that there was a little bit of left, so I'm adding that first, and then I'm gonna do the Kingsford charcoal. There are different kinds, and do a little bit of research which one works for you the best. Some of them are easier to light, some of them are harder. The bag that I just used it had a coating that caught on fire right away. That's a little more expensive, but sometimes it might be worth it. The charcoal chimney is placed on a couple of stones to have a little bit of elevation for the pipe to go underneath. And I covered the bottom of the chimney with charcoal to have like this kind of an even ground. On top of it, I place the steel cup, and then I'm gonna go around and just place the charcoals all the way around the steel cup so it gets the heat from pretty much all around. Now, before you put anything in there and light anything, make sure all the aluminum that you have is crushed, dry, and actually aluminum. Okay, do not mix metals. Make sure there are ways to identify aluminum. It's not magnetic. It's got this silver look, but do more research about how to be sure what's aluminum and what's not. Okay, they gotta be crushed, so no air in there and no moisture. That's very important. The steam is very dangerous. It might start bubbling or blow up and all that stuff, so you don't want that. Now to start the charcoal, a lighter fluid will definitely help, but you don't need necessarily to have that. You can use some newspaper or other means to get the fire going, but the most comfortable probably would be the lighter fluid. But again, be careful and follow the instructions. But after a while we get the fire going and we keep the lid on to keep all the heat inside. Okay, that's a very important part actually. And after a while aluminum starts to melt, and most of the stuff from cans and all the other recycled aluminum is not usable. Only a small percentage of that is aluminum. Everything else kind of comes up on the top, and then we scrape it with the spoon. So I have the spoon holding it with the pliers to keep my hands in a safe distance, and I'm going all around to kind of clean it out and just leave the aluminum in there instead of all the other stuff. And that gives me about probably fourth or fifth of that cup, which was actually full with aluminum pieces. So we get only a fraction of it, so it takes patience to get a significant amount. So after it's melted, I'm gonna take it carefully with my pliers and gloves, and I'm gonna pour it in this cake pan. Okay, and Gotta be careful with pouring. Okay, you gotta do it slightly slowly. And now I'm kind of disappointed with the how much aluminum I got, so I just tried to scrape it a little bit to go around the form and to fill it up, but it didn't really work that well. And after a while, you can just remove it from the form. Be very careful because it's super hot still. And here's the result right here. Now let's talk about prices real quick, okay? We got the hair dryer. That's around 30 bucks, but I really shouldn't count that in because almost everyone has a hair dryer at home and you can use any hair dryer that you want. It's only attached to the pipe with just some plastic wrap and aluminum foil. And then for 10 bucks, you're gonna get 5 feet of plastic piping and the 90-degree angle to it as well. You gotta have some protection for the piping though. As you see towards the end of it, I have some aluminum foil wrapped around it to protect it from the heat. Now, if you want to go really fancy, you can get metal pipe, but that's more expensive. I've done a few pourings from this, and with aluminum foil, the pipe is pretty safe. Okay, now you might not have charcoal chimney, so that might be something that you need to get. That's around 20 bucks. Okay, you most likely have a lid that if you gotta buy it, that's gonna be some expense. But any steel lid-looking thing can work as long as it covers it and as long as you can remove it safely. Okay, the steel cup is around 15 bucks on Amazon. You gotta be careful with the sizing though. You gotta make sure it fits properly into the charcoal chimney and it's not too close to the edges or you can't fit the charcoal anymore, and it's big enough for you to comfortably pick it up with pliers and melt stuff and all that. The cake pan or cake form, whatever you call that, that's around 20 bucks, but also that's probably something that's in almost every household. You can steal some from your grandma or something like that and just pour stuff in, no one will know. Next comes the bag of charcoal. Now I put $5 there because that bag is more, but the amount of charcoal you use for one pour is about $5 worth. Okay, so it's a few pounds that you use for one pour. Then safety goggles and safety gloves, that's around 25 bucks. And steel spoon and steel pliers, it's also 25 bucks, but you'll most likely have pliers or at least the spoon. So if you subtract the hair dryer from it, the lid, the pliers and the spoon, you're gonna get under 100 bucks. But if you don't have any of that, you gotta have to deal with around $150 expense. So that's pretty much the end of the video. I'm gonna be doing a lot more pouring on this channel, so if you like what you saw, if you want to see more, if you have any feedback of how to improve things, because I'm not a professional by any means, so I'd love to hear some feedback and help each other grow. So leave a comment, say a few words, and subscribe to my channel to see some more of this stuff. And thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.